I have some other stuff going on. Anyway, so somebody asked me about this faker right here. This is actually the Chinese knockoff faker that also has the head from New Adventures Skeletor or Intergalactic Skeletor. And I should post a link to that actually in my description for you guys. I think I have before in the past. Anyway, what I'm talking about today is, as you guys know, I have been really busy making swords like crazy, and I made this whole big pile of blue swords. And then the purpose was, of course, to make these metal swords that you guys have heard so much about over and over and over again. Well, there's been some people that have asked for actually plastic swords from Shapeways, and Shapeways can't print them for some reason. I'm getting all these errors with the parts being too thin or other things like that. So I went ahead and decided to make some swords in gray plastic. So here they are right here. And so I've made the same 3 long swords in gray plastic. And Greg, if you're watching, I have already sent you a package of gray swords. You should be getting them soon. They're in the mail today. And then Lawrence, if you're watching, the package I sent you today also includes a gray sword for Origins. So you'll have that as well besides just the blue one. So here is what it looks like in Origins. And it's cool because it's a full sword, not a half sword. And it actually looks pretty nice. Now, personally, I'd probably paint it a little bit. Maybe throw on some silver paint on there or some other shades of gray or something else to make it look cool. Maybe put like a little spot of white here mixed with some gray and some light blue in here to give it a look like it has a reflection on it. That's a cool way to do it too. So there is the plastic sword for him. And here is the plastic sword for Revelations. So it's a big, giant, long, master, awesome sword. Now, what's funny is somebody bought one of my blue swords for Revelations, and they actually put it in a Classic's hand because it is longer. Now, it does have a smaller or a larger handle on it. Let me see how it looks. Where is Spare Parts Man? There he is. He's laying on the ground right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Oop. All right, Spare Parts Man. Wow, that does fit on his hand. It fits really tight because obviously I made it larger for the handle. But if you want a super long, monstrous sword for your He-Man figures, that Revelation sword does look pretty cool in their hands. Here's the size of a regular classic sword so you can see the difference. So it is kind of a extra long bebop sword. All right, that's enough of swords. I've been talking about swords now for almost 2 weeks. If you guys decide you want the gray swords, I'm going to take and make a spot either on eBay and put them on there probably for $5 a piece, just like I did the blue ones, but $5 shipping for a bunch. Or just contact me on Facebook and I can just sell you a bunch of them too. Again, you want me to do a light sand on them before you paint them, but they do look pretty cool in the gray. So now I have gray or blue, and the blue, of course, are these clearish, greenish blue swords. But that's it. I'm done talking about swords. Thoughts on the new CGI toys? I haven't seen a lot of them yet. I know it just came out and they're showing some cool stuff, but I just haven't had a chance to actually check them out for myself and look at them totally. So I've seen like glimpses of them, but I haven't really studied the pictures yet. But I'm sure I will. All right, let's talk about this. This is the Unproduced Dungeon, and I made 2 of these at one time. And the first one I sold on eBay, and it went really good, and I was really excited about it. The second one I made for my friend Brian and sold it. And hey, Red Hood, thanks for joining us. And I never went back and made one for myself. And so I decided, my printer's been sitting for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and make one for myself. So here is the first part of it. And it was kind of crazy is when I did this, the edge of this came off the printer and kind of made a big old gap right here, like about that much. You can see the fix right here on here. So I took and made a stick of glue looking like a hot glue gun stick, put it in my hot glue gun, set it on high, and then melted the plastic back in that area, taped it in front, and then put it on the counter until it was totally flat and just shoved it down really hard on the counter to make a flat spot, and then took my Dremel tool and just sanded around it to fix that edge. So that is my fix for that. So you can kind of see the little patch job there, which actually worked pretty good. I didn't want to reprint this because it took over 3 days to print. That's a long time for something to print. And that's just for this piece. Then I have the gate right here with the big old sharp points on the bottom. Now, I noticed on these gates online, the sharp points actually go into the ground. And I was thinking, you know, the last versions I made of this, there was no floor on it. It really bothered me. So I decided to make the floor piece. And here's my floor piece. I put kind of a tile grid on, as you can see. Kind of that rock cool thing. And I made 4 holes that match up with the points. And then I altered this so that it's a little bit higher on the sides. So when these hit the bottom, these points just go in slightly into that ground, just like that. So check that out. Let us go chink. Now, when I made this, I added these 4 spots right here that line up with the 4 corners on the inside. So check this out. So you can kind of see those corners in there. Let me turn this light on. And basically, once you line them up, you then just shove them on and do a nice hard surface. And they kind of click into place because it's really a tight fit. I found it works best to put the front ones in first. And then line up the back ones. This back corner right here seems to be the biggest problem. Ugh. You know, I'm not going to shove it together right now, as I want to first coat it with resin. But once I do, I've already put it together once. You guys get the gist of it, because when I put it on, it goes on pretty hard. But there you go. Right now, the roof is printing, and the roof is based off of the dungeon from the original sticker. So it's kind of cool. For those who haven't seen it, you can go look at my videos I made in the past of this. And then next, I got to print the bars for the window. And then these small little tubes that go in between the roof and these corners here to hold that on. And it's cool is once you get it put together, the roof actually keeps this down in place. And you can see that if you don't have the floor, it fits almost flush. When you have the floor on there, it goes down just a little bit more. That way then you can use it with or without the floor. So why am I telling you this? Because I'm not planning on making any more of these for Classics. The reason why I'm telling you this is I'm going to make a smaller version for Origins. And the Origins one will be the exact same model shrunk down to fit with Origins, so it doesn't take so long to print. Like I said, I've been printing this thing since Monday. This is as far as I got. This took 22 hours to print this giant board here. And then this took overnight to print. And then, like I said, this took 3 days and 1 hour to print. So they do take a long time to print. So altogether, it's about 6 days of printing for all the parts. So it's kind of crazy. Master 4, you finally got Land Shark. Excellent. Are you going to convert it for Classics or leave it for Origins? I'm tempted to get the Revelation He-Man for a 2000X custom, but I don't want to support the Netflix show. That is hilarious. Well, don't think of it as supporting the Netflix show. Think of it as supporting Mattel, making more He-Man stuff. I actually did order another one. You know what? I think I have him sitting right here. I'm going to try something. Let me see. I don't think I opened the box yet. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. Let's see what I got from Big Bad Toy Store. As you guys know, it's where I do a lot of my shopping. In fact, I kind of wish they were my sponsor, so I can get paid for some of these ads of telling you guys to buy it there. But I should contact them and say, hey, you need a sponsor? I love your store. I buy from you. My customers buy from you. There he is. There he is. And I got another Skeletor too for just customizing. And what? I didn't know I ordered him. Ah, I got another Moss Man, but that was not the plan. And Battle Armor Skeletor, because I sold my other Battle Armor Skeletor and I made my Battle Armor Faker, so had to replace him. All right, so let's go ahead and open up this He-Man and let's try some experiments with him and see some stuff. Hey, Dean Rock, thanks for joining us. Goats and stuff, thanks for being here. Yeah, I don't know, because, I mean, yes, it could be that if the toys sell, it could say we like the show, but it could also say that we like He-Man figures, and that I think really the show needs to just be something separate. I mean, I think they know we don't like the show. There are some things in the show I liked. Like I said, the animation quality was amazing. I thought it was really cool. My biggest gripe, as you guys know, as I've told you many times, is the Tila hairstyle. And I know it sounds kind of petty or whatever, or kind of crazy, that's my biggest gripe, is her hairstyle. But if she would have had the long flowing hair still and did the same stuff, I don't think we'd be as irritated. I really don't. It's just having that hairstyle too on top of the actions was just too much. Alright, so why did I want another one? I will tell you why. Give you one stupid little thing, and that is... his shoulder's stuck. And that is to pull off this wrist cuff on this side. Pull this off on here. And do that. Ta-da! Da-da-da-da-da! That's it. That's what I wanted to do. Now, of course, I could put the two bigger ones on here, which kind of gives it almost a 2000X sort of look by doing the two big cuffs on there. I don't know. It looks kind of weird. But this way, you now can have a He-Man that has the small little cuffs that match our Origins and our Filmation He-Man. Hooray. All right. You mentioned hair a lot. We all have our things. Yes, we do. In fact, it's funny. I'll tell my wife quite often she'll have her hair down. I'm like, oh, it looks so good. And so when she wants to do something special, we're going out somewhere special, she'll wear her hair down. All right, so people keep asking me about these metal swords. If you do want to get them, they're on my Shapeways store. I am not happy with them. Please note they look awful. But if you still want to get these awful looking swords, that's where they're at. People said they like them. I don't understand why. But hey, if you like them, that's your call. All right. When it comes to if you get this cool bird stand, when you break it apart, it leaves one little white spot. Just take a permanent marker and just kind of touch that up. And bada bing, bada boom. It looks not too bad. Not too shabby. There we go. Hate that hairstyle. Kevin Sharp, thank you. Hooray. It's funny. I told my wife, I said, okay, I will get my hair cut any way you want. Because I figured if hair's important to me, maybe it's important to her too, right? And so we're looking at different haircuts and stuff and looking at different famous people for haircuts. And we actually agreed on the same actor's hair. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, I thought, there's no way that she's going to agree with me on this hairstyle. And it was the Winter Soldier. Let me show you. Burp. Okay. Where is it? Got all these pictures everywhere. Hold on a second. Too many auctions. Okay, sure. I was wondering what kind of protein I use. Hair is my protein I use. In case you're curious. I use both the vegan protein in the morning, and I use the non-vegan protein in the evening when I go work out. No, I can't find it. See, that's what always happens. When you want to find something, all of a sudden, it is gone. I think we're getting close. Yes. You know what's kind of funny is you get all these pictures on your phone. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I was like, cool. That hairstyle is awesome. And we're both talking about the Winter Soldier. And I said, yes, Winter Soldier's hairstyle is cool. She goes, yeah, I love the Winter's hairstyles. The Winter Soldier's hairstyle. But I was talking this one and she was talking that one. And it was funny because I'm like, oh yeah, the Tarzan hair would be awesome. And she wanted the short cut hair like that. Well, because I told her I'd get my hair cut the way she wanted it cut, that's the hairstyle I ended up getting. But it was just funny though, because I thought we agreed for once on something like that. I mean, the messy Tarzan hairstyle, you can't go wrong with that. That is awesome. But she likes that, so that's what I ended up getting last time I got my hair cut. Now my hair is getting pretty long again, so I need to get it cut again. My daughter-in-law is the one that cuts my hair, so. All right. There you go. There is my stuff about hair. Wow, you guys have been talking like crazy while I was doing that. Which blue sword size works best for the 2000X figures? That is a good question. Let me grab a 2000X figure. I just happen to have one right here. None of them, because his hand is closed. Since his hand is closed, you can't get the sword in his hand. So I guess you could stick one on this side, but that stinks. I suppose the Origins would probably work the best for them because they are so much smaller. Is his hand is closed on this side too. Oh no, it opens. But now you got yourself a left-handed He-Man to do it that way. Yeah, it just fits yucky. Yep, unfortunately, they did the whole thing they did with Tila from the 80s and made his hand closed. I forgot about that because on mine, I carefully cut his hand open. I remember doing that now years ago, getting some scissors, super sharp ones, and then using, just cutting it right there to make his hand open. But I forgot that his hand was closed. That's funny. So, 2000X, sorry, none of them, because his hand is closed and it will not fit inside his hand. None of the stores near me sell the Masterverse stuff. Only Origins. Anyone else have that issue? Yeah, I have the same problem. Sparkle Wolf 404. I find that going to the stores to find them is really hard. That's why a lot of times I get my stuff at a Big Bad Toy Store. Sometimes I break down and get my stuff other places too. Anyway, I need to get going. Like I said, we got some family stuff going on that I have to take care of. So I just wanted to show you guys what I was working on because I haven't done a video in so long. I'm really excited about finishing this. Like I said, I got to sand it and then put resin all over it. Then do some light paint on it. This one here. I'm debating whether to resin or not. Yeah, it is pretty rough. I'm going to do a light sanding and resin it too. Just, I'll probably use a black resin so it gets in all the gaps and will make it look really cool. And then, like I said, the top piece is printing. And then, of course, the gate, I got to resin that as well. And then do some sanding on there. And then I got to print the window and the other pieces, and I should have one ready for you guys to look at, hopefully sometime next week. Which blue sword works best for 2000? Oh, I already read that question. All right. I think its batteries are dying. Yeah, I'm surprised he still works after that long. Where did I set him at? Oh, there he is. Let's put him close to the microphone.
I have the power!
Wow. It's fun. When the kids were little, I used to have the gold one and the silver one, and I put one on each side of my head and go push them both at the same time. Stereo sound. It was always kind of fun. Hey, Jeff. Thanks for joining me. I only really want Battle Cat. Not many other good articulated animals. Yes. All right, you guys. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and that's about all I got. Bye now.